I was muted. Good thing I noticed that early on and not halfway through the stream. Streaming some art. Gonna do some art streaming. We do some of that. My friend just showed him some art, and my friend just my friend just typed hell yeah, but he instead of yeah, it was Hib. It was HEAB. Oh man. Hey, let me see if the camera's still working. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so that transition's still working. It's weird that it took that long for me to do this. For me to fix it. Let me what's this image? Oh, it's me. I'm looking at my different setup stuff, and I'm like trying to figure out what everything I have. I have this one for like big cam and small cam, but it's about the same thing. I mean, it's not really that much different, other than it shows more of the setup, I guess. The camera's more zoomed out. But yeah, tell you what, let me get a couple things. I'm just getting stuff ready while I do stuff. Trump hosts New York Mayor-elect Mamdani in surprise warm meeting. He's gotta have some kind of like, he's gotta have some kind of like blackmail or something he's gonna present him at this thing. The funny thing about Twitter recently, the funny thing about Twitter is the recent change where they made it to where like accounts where their country of origin was shown. They did that last night for like 3 or 5 hours and then immediately shut it down. After they realized that all of the political stuff, all of like the political themed accounts that are like, you know, some kind of like generic name or something or whatever, like Dark MAGA or something like that, was from India, which is really funny. Every single like Twitter page that's focused on politics, American politics specifically, mind you, is from India or like Bangladesh or Russia. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. No China. I didn't see anything from China, but it's all mostly from India, which is hilarious. Hilarious. Also, at the same time, Disney is getting exposed for copying a fan-made lightsaber duel. Like, it's shot for shot. Like, everything is exactly the same. Like, they're not even trying to hide it. And guess which country made that short episode for Visions? India. So India is not getting a good rap right now. India is not getting some good some good, I don't know. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Anyway, let me see. Let me change the display, not display capture, but video capture. Oh, that's right. The Yeah, okay, here it is. So I guess this is supposed to be here. And my face cam is supposed to be like this. Yeah, that's what's supposed to happen. And then put the display capture ahead of it. Okay. Let me delete the display capture. And let me just do window capture. I'll say, we'll say Firefox. Yeah. We'll do that. And we'll do something like that. And I'll crop it. Transform, edit, transform. Crop. Right. 50. Okay, how about 200? How about 400? That's a little too much. Crop 380. And then left, crop 380. And that should fit pretty good in the boundary of that little box. Yeah, there we go. That works. Luma Steel. 26,000 views already. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. But I'm gonna go ahead. And get into some drawing. So I'm gonna switch back to the other scene. We're a little organized in this stream. today. Now that I've set up everything, right? So what I've been doing today is basically just doing a whole bunch of drawings and stuff. Trying to do some new artwork for like volume 6 and going forward. What I'm trying to do, and I'll show you 2 examples of this. So this is a redraw of some old art. I already posted like a little short video today, showcasing the improvement from the old art from 2023 to now. And the purpose of this is because obviously if you've read Luma Steel, you know that I'll reuse art and just change up the facial expression or the direction or something, just to make it not so obvious that I'm reusing art. I don't have a problem with reusing it. Every major studio ever reuses things. It's not a problem. It's not an issue. It's just I don't want to make it look like I'm just copying and pasting the same thing over and over without changing it. So what I've done is I've gone back and I've taken those old artworks. Plus I needed to anyway because the music might be too loud. I'm being informed that the music is too loud. All right, there we go. What I'm doing is I'm changing it to where I'm redrawing all the V artwork because her physique has changed. She's been doing this now for 5 volumes, so she's a bit more in shape. I've taken like her shoulders are broader, her waist is a little thinner. She's got more muscle tone to her. Her arms are bigger too. And I've just been trying to show that as she goes throughout this series, she is improving. She is getting better at what she does. And I'm doing that by showing her physique improving. Her physique is changing. And I even made her face a little thinner. Like before it was like very round. Like if you look at this shot, her face is pretty round looking. Look at this. It's a little more pointed at the chin. I'm trying to do that just to show, like, you know, she is like getting better at this, not just with skills, but with physicality as well. And what you get here is you get this new artwork, shows off in more detail, you know, like how the character looks and everything, how the character's changing. And I'm wanting to do this with a couple of things. One, the face. I can completely just hide the face. And the reason why is because I can put multiple faces on here. So this shot can go from her throwing a gadget, which is what I've typically used the old one for, or it could be like this, like the typical, like, you know, throwing, or it can be like her reaching out to grab someone and looking concerned, like, hold on, I'm reaching for you. Like I can now use this as the same thing effectively. And then over to this one, I did three phases. I did this one, which is the more confident, like getting ready to fight. This one where I can remove the arms and just have like a headshot of her looking a little confused or something. And then this one, which is her just being smug, which can work with the pose, or it can work with just being a headshot. The idea is as well is that I can take the eyebrows, the eyes, and the mouth, and just swap them around however I want. I can make any facial expression with the three different templates I've made for myself here, and I've done that for several artworks for her, and I'm gonna do that for a bunch of other characters too. Volume 6 is going to take a little more time, I think, just because I'm doing this, because I'm going back and redrawing all this stuff and giving everyone new artworks. It's going to take more time, but I think it's going to be worth it. The end result is going to be worth it because all the characters will look better, and more consistent as well, because the proportions, I'm really trying to make sure the proportions are consistent, because sometimes they're not. Like for here, she's taller than she should be. And for the new artwork, I've like scrunched her down. I'm gonna make the proportions more accurate to what, you know, she looks like in the current drawings, right? I've also done Madame Yvette. I did her first artwork. This is her first artwork here, outside of the volume 5 ending. And the good thing about drawing this way, drawing the characters first instead of the whole page, is that I don't have to spoil anything. I don't have to worry about spoiling anything with dialogue or with certain locations and stuff like that. I can just show you guys the character, the artwork of the characters, and not have to worry about that. So this is going to be Yvette 2. In fact, let me go ahead and save it as Yvette 2. You can't see the File Explorer stuff because it's just capturing the window, which is probably for the best. But yeah, it's it basically, I'm just gonna be going through this. I'm gonna finish this Yvette drawing, and honestly, I think I can just do this right here. Let me just turn off the color. I'll keep the face because I had to keep the face. But I can turn off the shadow and just flatten it for a second. Turn on the guide. The guide is the proportions. So like that line right there, that's how big her face is supposed to be. Yeah. So that's how big her head is supposed to be. So I need to increase the size of her head to about this. And then do something like this here. And then I'll probably the neck kind of this direction. Something like that. Maybe a little further. No. Something like this. Something like that. And yeah, and then for the face, this is fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna try. What I'm doing is I'm taking like half of her face and making a side profile out of it. I could just draw it, but I don't have a good setup to actually show me like hand drawing the stuff, because I'll hand draw. Like most of the stuff I do, I'll hand draw it. And then I'll take a picture and upload it. Do something like this. Her nose is like supposed to be not much because she's got this little, like, the nostril thing. So her nose can't be protruding that much. And then she's got a long lower half of her face. But anyway, I think it's funny that the Twitter thing where it showed everyone's true locations, obviously, like, I want that to come back, because that was like that's a really nice feature to be able to see, like, hey, these people that are like talking about the politics of my country are actually not from my country. Maybe I should just like not give a crap about what they say and just ignore them. But what it reveals to me is that this was not an accident. I think this is another Elon meltdown. Howdy EV, Noma, Noma, are you nomad? Are you nomad? Because I have someone who's constantly on the streams named Nomad. How's life? Life's pretty good. Life's pretty good. Anyway, to finish my thought, I think this is another meltdown by Elon. I think he knows, because before he releases the info about the locations, he has to know, because to even release the info in the first place, they have to know it. So he knows, everyone at Twitter knows that all these accounts are from India. So then it shouldn't be a surprise when he does the feature that everyone is from India. Like, it's not a surprise to him. So I feel like he did this on purpose. I think he's having another meltdown. And just wanted to stir the pot. That's my conspiracy theory for today. That's my conspiracy theory. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good side profile. Now the hair is interesting. The hair, how I do the hair is interesting. In fact, let me go ahead and do it. Let me grab hair color. Sadly, I can't stay for long. I'm working at a moment. Talk to you later. Nomad, are you or Noma? Are you Nomad? Because you're showing up to me as Noma-OL5WS. If you're Nomad, or Catman, I should say, I can't really tell. Because I think you are. Anyway, let me show you how to do the hair. So I figured out this new method. For the hair. And it's very crucial that I figured out how to do this now. Because this is the character, this and LeJohn are the characters that are the most time consuming when it comes to hair. Dreadlocks, man. They're cool. They're cool. They're a cool hairstyle. They're cool for characters, both heroes and villains. Can rock this hairstyle. It's great. The problem with it is very complicated. It is very complicated, and it takes a long time to draw them out correctly. And what I've found is you can, in Paint.net, which is the software I use, you can do this. You can just do the color of the hair, like so. You can do the color of the hair, like this. And just keep doing that until you've got all the hair you need. Just keep doing it. Oh. Hello, cutest dog ever 6. That's not true. Where's my bean? Where's mine? downstairs. Where's she at? Is she bundled up? No, she's not. Where's she at? I was about to show you my dog, but she disappeared. I don't know where she's at. I don't know where she is. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. She's not a very good listener. She's a dachshund, which would explain why she's not a very good listener. Yep. Okay. Hold on. Let me put up the gate. Let me put up the gate so you can't escape again. You cannot have the cutest dog forever, for this is the cutest dog. She's a little awkward. She's a little awkward looking. My baby dog. My butter bean. Look at this. She's licking. And then this. Behold, the cutie plate. The cutie plate is a little dirty. So cute that I named her Cutie. Rest in peace, Cutie. I still miss that dog. To this day, I still miss that dog. Getting Butterbean has helped, but I still miss that dog. She was a great dog too. She listened well. She did her business outside without ever having to without ever throwing a fit about it or anything. Like she rarely peed on the floor. I won't say she never did, but she rarely peed on the floor or anything. She did all her business outside. And the great thing is that we didn't even have to time it. Like she just did it. She would ring a bell on the back door and tell us when she wanted to go outside. She was a very smart dog. Anyway, so now we've done the hair. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go to the effects menu, and I'm going to hit outline object. Now, this is not something that you would have downloading paint.net from the website. This is a plugin from the community. And I just set the width to whatever the width of the outline I'm doing is, right? And boom, there we go. That's it. That's the hair. I've done the hair. That is my dreadlocks hair. And it does a really good job with putting this all together. Like it works super well. Super well. And all I had to do is come over here and just erase, well, I think the brush is a little too thick. Just erase around the edges that I don't need. And just do that. That's it. Butterbean almost fell trying to climb the steps. Yeah. That's it. I'm going to change the song up. But yeah, and then I just, like this here, I'm just going to go here and turn that off. Then, finish up any weird spots. Like, touch up any weird spots like that. And that's it, man. Like, that's it. Like, that's the process of making the hair. And it's so easy. I was so afraid approaching this volume. I'm like, drawing the hair is going to kill me. But fortunately, I found out that idea, and I'm proud to say, like, I thought of that. Like, I did not see a tutorial or anything. like to figure that out. Like I just thought about it. I'm like, what if I just used the outline tool? How good would that look? And fortunately, it looks very good. Fortunately, it looks very good. I think I'm gonna go a little farther back with the hairline. So I'll just do this. Because this is a side profile, so it needs to be a little bit farther back, I think. Oh yeah, and then the line tool is really good for tracing over your own work. Because I'll draw stuff by hand for the most part and do that. Actually, I think that's not even supposed to be black. That's supposed to be gray. There we go. But yeah. Now the only thing is with the hair like this is I have to go back and erase this big old chunky outer layer and go back over with a thinner brush. So I might end up doing this. Wrong glare. Might end up doing that. I don't know what's going on with the paint tool. I don't know why it's wanting to make it really weird looking. Okay, I'll just do this. There we go. I'll just fill that in later. Why is it doing that? See, like, that's the part that's annoying to me. Is it keeps wanting to distort this up here. I don't understand why. Fill that in. Fill this in. And fill that in. And then that should be... I'll redo this line here. And why not just make this consistent? There we go. All right, and then go over back to the inner layer, and then just fill it in. Matching it up to what I had before on the outer layer with a thinner line. Because if this is your first time seeing me art, I like to do thick outlines for the characters, thin outlines for the background stuff, and thin lines on the interior of the character to make them pop, to make them stand out in front of the backgrounds. So yeah, so far this is looking pretty good. I'm actually going to move the face and stuff closer to the front here. And we'll go ahead and do... I don't think I'll do 3 faces on this one. I think I'll just do the one. Honestly, now that I think about it. Excuse me. That was a weird hiccup. Or something like that. Or something like that. We change up the music again. Go to inner. They don't make video game music like this anymore. Let me tell you right now. They don't make video game music like this. There we go. Okay, I need to finish this hand. No, I think knowing the country of an account, I think is really good for like just transparency. I think it's really nice. I'm gonna have to erase a little bit of that. I think it's just, you know, anytime we get more transparency out of people, I say it's good. I say it's a good thing. A little bit more. There we go. I think it's a net positive if we're able to know where all these accounts are posting from, because it's I do think it's beneficial. I'm gonna use the outer layer, even though it's inside. I think I'm gonna use the outer layer, and I think I'm gonna do something like this. Let me turn off the inner layer real quick and turn off the guide. It's getting a little too distracting. I think transparency is always good, even if, like, you know, some accounts or whatever are supposed to be anonymous or whatever. Like, they're not supposed to have any information about them be out. I think the added transparency from accounts is worth it. I think it's worth the sacrifice of those. Cause I'm huge about transparency. Cause I see a lot, there's a lot of comic creators, and even some of the best ones, like some of the people making the best comics, are always like, yeah, it's coming. Trust me, bro. The comic is coming, bro. Trust me. Trust me. I'll give you an update soon enough. Just trust me, bros. Your comic is coming. I know you placed an order on it like 5 years ago, but trust me, it's coming. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you get the idea. Like, a big problem I have with some creators is the lateness. And sure, there's excuses. There's valid excuses. There's valid excuses for it, right? Quality works takes time, and that's understandable. If you set the precedent that your work is going to take longer to come out because it's high quality, you know, set that precedent. Do that. Like, tell people, like, hey, this is probably, you're probably not going to get this for a year. And I think you might lose people like that. I think you might lose a few people. Like, for me, like, there was a campaign I saw where, like, this guy was doing a comic, and it said that you're not going to see it for another year. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I just don't want to invest all this money, because it wasn't cheap. I don't want to invest all this money and not be able to actually review the comic for the channel for like another year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to review stuff now. Like, I'm, and maybe that's a fault of mine for basically not being patient enough, I guess, to play the long haul when it comes to getting more indie comics, supporting and doing the reviews and stuff. Maybe that's my fault for not seeing the bigger picture. But for me, like, I don't know. It's asking a lot. It's asking a lot from me to wait a year to read a comic that I buy now. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it. And I would rather these creators be like fully transparent about the wait time, about delays and stuff like that. Like, just be honest. Just be honest. Just tell people your comic is going to be late, or give a realistic expectation of when the final product is coming out. I want to add more curve. More curve to the knuckle. Knuckles! I'll fight you, whale! If you watch that cartoon, you're cursed. It's just the way it is. Show was legitimately creepy, by the way. Flapjack? Legitimately creepy sometimes. It kind of made me think of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy a little bit. That show was hilarious. And then Flapjack comes along and it's kind of doing a similar, like, creepy, funny cartoon. Kind of similar vibe. Yeah, there we go. So she's got her hands. She's like this. I'm trying to recreate the pose. Obviously, it's mirrored. So she's doing this. She's reaching out, and then she's also got the other hand like this. Sort of like this. Yeah. And she's like, does that look funny? Anyway. All right. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll do this. Her shirt comes down to that level, or not even a shirt. It's like another part of the dress. It just kind of comes down to that level, so that's pretty good. Yeah, the line art. I think the line art is pretty much done. The only thing I think I need to add are the corset dots and string. How many dots does she have on one side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 at both sides. Yeah, okay, this works. I'm trying to keep it consistent. I did just see a post. Viewers may have noticed that I deleted a video that I made not too long ago about this guy called Vincenzo. I think that's how you say his name. I was talking about him because I felt like he was just like super nitpicky, and I still hold that opinion. But I think I sort of fell for the comics drama gotcha machine that basically like pulled me in and said, "Hey, make a video about this guy, cause some drama," and I fell for it. I fell for the temptation. I bit of the apple, and my eyes were opened, and I immediately regretted it. So I ended up like deleting the video like a few weeks after I posted it. He's still very nitpicky. I still hold the opinion that he overly nitpicks the Rippaverse stuff just for the sake of doing it. I think he does it just for the sake of doing it. But he did make a post today showing that a guy's shirt in the Rippaverse magazine does not have buttons, and and I'm like, fair. I mean that's a fair criticism. You gotta have buttons. If your shirt is a button-up shirt or a vest, you gotta have buttons on it. Unless you're super zoomed out, and even then, I think I would still do like black dots. It doesn't have to be super detailed, but you do have to have buttons. Anyway, so I think I'm done with the line art. Let's finish the face layer by adding the detail to the mouth. Now for this I do a little bit of this, right? Where's the... I'm not selecting it. There we go. Okay. I do a little something like this. And come back and grab that. Too big. So I'll do that. And then sharpen the tongue a little bit. She has a very sharp tongue. She has a very, very sharp tongue. She's a vampire, but I wanted her to almost appear like serpent-like. Not because she's some kind of temptress or something, but like I just think it's a cool look. And so now I'll go over here and draw the teeth. I think my brother is home. I can hear the engine. Yeah, I think the bottom fang might be a little too big. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. And then I think I put the mouth on inner. I think I'm also gonna put the mouth on the face layer. There we go. And then drop it on the color, and that's gonna be... Oh wait, not yet. I gotta do the eyes. So the eyes for her are pitch black, minus the red centers. Because as we know, characters with red eyes are evil. Does that not look wicked, man? Does that not look wicked? And not for good. The camera's over here. Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Alright, so merge the face layer down. Because I won't need to edit this afterwards. If I need to make a new face, I'll just make a new face layer so that I can just jump between them. I don't think I will with this one. This pose is pretty much just for battle. I don't really see it. Now, the side profile, I might use some things from the side profile. But the hair would be, you know, if she's just standing, I'm going to have to redo the hair anyway. So I might use some stuff from the side profile, like the face shape. But I'm going to have to alter it anyway, so I'm not really too concerned about that. Now let's get on with the coloring. You know what? Let's change up the music. When my brother walks in, I'm going to have to mute the mic because Butterbean is going to start barking like crazy. So this character is black, but I purposely kind of desaturated. Oh, here she is. Here the brother is. All right, I'm back. Is the stream still in one piece? It is. Okay. Anyway, Madame Yvette is a black character. She just has super desaturated skin color because I thought that would match the... oh yeah, that's right. I thought that would match the kind of vampire thing. I'm not screwing up any of the other colors. Okay, good. I thought it would kind of match. Also, she's been in prison for a long time. I turned on the light. That might help a little bit. So like, desaturated skin tone just kind of made sense. For the shadows, I just have it on 150% opacity, or not 150%, just 150, whatever the grading is. I'm just gonna do. I think I'm just gonna do that. All right. The shading stuff is probably like the simplest part. Also, hold on. Okay, the thumbs are on the right side. I'll do that, man. I'll do that. I'll totally draw the thumbs on the wrong side and realize it all too late. Like, after I post it, I'll realize it. And I'm like, ow! I look like a fool. Anyway. But to go back to the nitpicking stuff, I just think there's so much better things you could be doing with your time than be a professional nitpick poster. I think there's so many better things you could be doing than just being a hater. You know what I mean? Like, look, I can understand having your gripes with the Rippaverse because I have gripes with the Rippaverse. I've made that very clear. But to be posting it every day, like, that's your full-time Twitter account is just posting how much you hate the Rippaverse, like, every single day. Like, get a life, man. And that extends to like the people making the weird puppets of Eric July and stuff, making the weird fan art, which I can't look. The art is good. I can't hate on it. I can't hate on it too much, but I can say you should be doing something better with your time because clearly there is a talent. Clearly there is a talent, and even the puppets. I think the puppet stuff. There's some talent there. Why not make like a puppet show, like an original puppet show? Original is kind of a stretch here for the example, but the Super Mario Logan stuff, which is extremely dated by today's standards. But that stuff, I mean, he basically just took some toys, some Mario toys that he had, and then like made a whole channel based off of it, and it made him so much money. He got like a fancy car and stuff. Like he was making it on YouTube for a while, and then there was some kind of allegations about him or whatever. But you know that was inevitable. He's a YouTuber after all. But the idea is like you can take your talent, and maybe it starts by making like a parody spoof thing, like Glitch Productions. My God. Like the best rise to fame, rise to fortune story from YouTube ever. I genuinely think ever. Because you got this guy who started making Mario 64 YouTube poops. That's all he did. And then eventually he moved on to SFM. And then eventually he started making his own series. And then eventually he got professional voice actors to jump on board. And full teams of animators making, what was it? Meta Runners. And then from that mild success, you go to, in comparison, mild success, you go to Murder Drones, which has big success. Then Digital Circus, which has absurd success. And then now Knights of Guinevere going to 2D animation. It's crazy, man. The amount of stuff he did, he's done, and is going to do. Unless allegations come out, because he is a YouTuber. The stuff he's going to do is all started because he started making the YouTube poops with Mario 64. That you can trace it all back to that, which is hilarious, but also incredible. And I think the people making the hate content about the Rippaverse, if they just stopped doing that and locked in and started making their own original thing, like, if you hate the comics so much, make your own comics, because that's what the Rippaverse did. And so the same logic applies to them. If you hate the comics of the modern age, if you hate the Rippaverse's answer to the comics of the modern age, make your own comics. What's the deal with the Rippaverse? Okay, sorry. Anyway, yeah, that's my TED Talk. Stop wasting your talent nitpicking and being a hater. And start actually making, like, real shows. Because I think, you can take the puppet stuff. You can take the puppet stuff and make, like, a real kids thing. Like, you can make a kids production. You can make something, like, genuinely wholesome, educational, and funny for kids. You can, like, if you think modern entertainment is poisonous for children, you can be the alternative. You yourself can make the alternative for your kids or future kids, while also making something for all kids to enjoy. And all parents of kids who are worried about what their kids are watching on the internet. You can do that. And all you need is just whatever art form you choose to pursue, a camera, or not even a camera, if you're making animation, and post it to YouTube. I mean, like, obviously I'm simplifying it. It's easier said than done. But literally anyone can do that. It's crazy. And it's wonderful. And instead of doing that, instead of trying to make something with substance that could be useful to multiple people, instead of doing that, you're making Eric July plushies and skits, making fun of him. You're showing up to his Comic-Con just standing out the window the entire time like an asshole. Like, I mean, it just shows that you got nothing better to do, man. You got nothing better to do. There's absolutely, like, you have nothing better to do. So, and no, I'm not sympathetic to that guy getting sued, because I think he's wasting his life. I think that should have been a wake-up call. Instead, he doubled down on it, and he's still doing stuff. In fact, he was trying to rage bait me, and I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like, he can never rage bait me because I'm doing something. He can never win that argument or whatever because I'm actually doing something. Like I'm making something original. Like this is my IP. This is my thing. It's not. It doesn't exist in parody. It is my IP, my creation. Also, I think I might be done with this. I think I might be done with this. I'm gonna add the speed lines. What's like the best looking of these? Okay. Should I add one behind the hand? Yeah. That looks good. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Now my last touch, I'm gonna add a little bit of I'm gonna add a little bit of this here. You'll also never like your argument will never mean anything if you just say, "Oh, my art is better than yours." Like, okay, congrats. I'm happy for you. We're always improving, or at least we should always be trying to. And the art I've been cooking up the past like 2 days, I feel like I'm improving a lot. I feel like I'm doing a lot better now. Yeah, this looks good, man. This looks pretty good. All right. Yvette 2. Done. We got another one. We got 2 Yvette artworks. We've got the standard. I didn't mean to flashbang you, jump scare you with boobs. We got this one, which is going to be like her introduction. Like, basically, she's going to be like this, and then Lil Miss Steele is going to be in front of her, like, looking up. And she's going to be like, yo, I'm Madam Yvette. Anyway, and then you got this one, which eventually, these two are basically they're going to be clashing. Like, top panel is Yvette going like this. And then, or like this. And then the second panel is going to be Lil Miss Steele going like this. Yeah, it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. Why not? Why not? Just figure out how this looks. Shrink it a little bit. Oh, hold on. She can't be all metal. She's a little Miss Steele, not Miss Steele. I'll try and match the head size. That's about right. There you go. So that's like, I've already started on a page. Like, this is basically how the page would look. Is the top panel is this, second panel is this, third panel is the reaction, the whoever gets hit. Both of them might get hit. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Save this. Issue 6 PDN. I'm gonna go a random number. I'm gonna say this is page 18. It's probably not gonna be page 18 at all. I'm just throwing a random number. I'll change the name later. But yeah, I mean, this is basically it. Like, this is the process. Is drawing the characters and putting them on the page. That's the process that I should have been using all along. But now I realize that this is going to be a lot easier to draw the characters separately and in ways that I can interchange their facial expressions and stuff like that. Or in V's case, the steel skin, I can just turn that on or off. Like, this is going to be the way to do it from now on. This is going to be the way to do it. And I'm excited. I'm excited because this is already looking pretty good right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is already looking pretty good. So yeah, so let me save it one more time because I'm paranoid. Close out that. Close out of this. Keep that one. And then this is the one we're going to be working on next. So this is the old one. I'm going to keep it open, I guess. I guess I can close out of this too. This is going to be the next one I'm going to be working on here. And already there's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Her proportions have changed. So I'm going to have to make sure I keep that in mind when I'm drawing this. Let me just take these two out of here for a second. Yep. The boob line is lower than I thought it would be. It's because, like, this drawing of V here is not, I did not make sure it was on model when I was drawing it, so it looks weird in retrospect. There we go. Like this, maybe? Try to keep it in line. Let's change the music. Cannot get this hair to stay back. There it is. It's back. Already it's falling back. All right. So yes, this is the bicep. We'll put it there. The forearm. It's about the same width. Anyway, and then me personally, I think this forearm is a little too long. Maybe something like this. Anyone else get that weird thing where your heart skips a beat sometimes? All right, this 35, yeah, 35 looks good here. Let me Just the face guide. Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty good. And about here's where the top of the mask should be. About there. All right, let's get started. Another one. This one is fairly easy. I don't even have to draw a new drawing. Because I'm reusing an old drawing and just making it better. Like, a lot of this I think is fine. Like, the hair and stuff, like, I'm just kind of just tracing over it. Because I think the hair, the direction of the hair flow, I think is fine on this. I think the overall pose is fine. The only thing that really needs to change are the proportions. Because it doesn't make sense for V to be the same physique that she was in Volume 1 that she is in Volume 6 now. She's improved. She needs to be a little slimmer and a little more muscly. Muscly is not a word. Stupid, stupid. Not quite. I'm trying to make the curve of it look natural. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I might have to use multiple lines for this. Honestly, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Yeah, okay. I know I'm just going to draw over this with the forearm, but for my purposes, I think this is just going to be easier. Let's just go ahead and just do it. Whereas before I drew her back as like a simple, like, smooth curve, now I'm drawing it as like kind of a sharper curve because she's got muscle back there. Let me see if I can do this in one line. Probably not. But looks pretty good. Looks fine to me. I try not to do too many, like, butt shots, I guess. I try not to do too many for at least V anyway, for V. Just because, you know, teenager. I try to avoid that. But every now and then there's a shot that just kind of demands. And I think you can do shots like that. I don't think you're a degenerate for doing a shot like that every now and then. I just think if you do it like repeatedly, it's like, it's a little suspicious. Judge Judy's gonna get on you and say, bailiff, check his hard drive and whack his pee-pee. We must make sure you never appear here again. Okay. Yeah. Might tweak the leg later. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, it's not too bad looking right now. Not too bad looking. I've always thought the hair looks kind of weird in this one. Just a little bit. Not too bad to where it really bothered me, but as time passed, I was like, hair's a little odd. It should come out a little bit farther, like this. Yeah, that looks much better. So much better. Next song. Dude, I remember listening to this song so much, Waiting for a Battle. I may have to leave for a little bit stream. My brother is about to ask of me to take him. Okay. We'll do this. Curve it, tilt it, bop it, spit on it. What? Who said that? I think this forearm needs to be longer. You know what? Lengthen the hand. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for an outline. Let me go ahead and do this forearm real quick. We'll go ahead and just start here. It's probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. This is bothering me. I'm OCD like that, man. I'll cut off a corner with the the select tool. I will just do that sometimes, and I'm like, why? Why do I do this to myself? So exact. Why do I have to do that? All right, that forearm looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and use the eraser tool and start getting rid of this line, get rid of this line. Let's do this too. I'm gonna draw the shoulder a little differently this time. For the record, I did not do that with my mouse. Sometimes that just happens with Paint.net. It's not my mouse either because it happens on my laptop just as often. Okay. So now I can get rid of that. I'm going to go ahead and unite these lines to the elbow. Try and make it look right. Looks pretty good. Anyway, I think you can do certain shots like this. I mean, look at Teen Titans. You had to show the characters' butts at some points because they got their backs to the camera. It's just, you got to do it at some point. All right. I've learned making the fist more square instead of round, like I was doing, makes things look so much better. I don't know why. What?
Are you still recording?
Yes, I'm still recording. I'm streaming.
How much longer?
I can pause it.
Can you take me in my car, perhaps?
Yes, yes. Let me save this image. Let's call this 11 redraw. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the be right back screen. Whoa! Where'd it go? Where'd the image go? It's probably... There it is. You know what? You guys are too good for that. Or, there we go. The new one. You get the new one. Be right back. I shall return. Hey, what's up? I'm back. I don't know why I did that. That's on the internet forever. Okay. Well, let's get back to work, shall we? All right. This dog want water? How dare you want water? How dare you? You breed a new gremlin. All right. Let's see. So as I mentioned, due to V getting in better shape, I'm drawing her face less round. So let me get some new music for you guys. New music. Excuse me. I'll go to the outer layer. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Something like this. I had a reunion I went to last weekend. That was really nice. Saw a lot of friends who are in, or at least either working in or have a hobby in broadcasting. So anything related to video, audio, whatever, they're in it, and that's pretty cool. Because that's what we all kind of went to school for. I mean, that's what we all did. So to find out that everyone's doing something at the very least at a hobby level is it's pretty great. It's pretty great. Broadcasting as a career, unfortunately, is just kind of not very viable anymore. Mainly because the rise in technology has created a system where the reporter and cameraman can now just be the same person. Like there might be still, news channels might still be doing like, one cameraman, one reporter, but I'm sure some of them are also doing like one. I think I'm gonna change the neck. One person doing both the camera work and the reporting. It's very easy to do it. I mean, it's not easy, but it's very easily possible to do that, to do everything yourself. I mean, look at YouTube, right? I think a lot of news stations looked at YouTube and said, hey, if any Joe Schmo with a camcorder and slight personality can get on there and make a living talking about stuff with just one person doing everything, why can't news reporters? So the jobs are always getting the job opportunities are always shrinking as technology increases. And broadcasting is probably right now, I think, suffering from that the most. Especially with AI now, the need for voiceovers is going away. I mean, people who have done voiceover work for decades and have had like tons of experience, super professional, super affordable and everything, even they can't find work. Because no one wants to pay for professional stuff when they can just use AI to do it for them. And it's really lame. It's super lame. If I ever hear like an AI voice, especially if it's like a recognizable AI voice advertising someone's product, I don't care if you're a small business or a mega corporation, I'm not buying your merchandise. If you can't even be bothered to get a human being to do the voiceover work for your product, I don't even trust you. I don't even think you're a real person. I think you're a lizard person. Which is why, like, I had a friend who was asking me, like, hey, do you think it would be a bad thing to have, like, an AI voiceover for, like, a trailer for a series I'm working on? And I would be like, and my answer to that was yes. And it was mainly because I think a lot of people would look at that as a red flag. Not even so much in that case, like the ethical issues of using AI to do voiceovers instead of finding voice actors or doing it yourself. Not even the ethical issues of that. Like, just the fact that AI is so easy to be abused by scammers and stuff. I think if you want to genuinely genuinely sell your product to the younger demographic, I think you're so much better off using a natural voice. I think you're so much better off doing that. I think it will pay off in the end. Obviously, you're gonna have to pay someone to do the voiceover, but I think it's going to pay for itself in the amount of customers it gets you from people saying, oh, okay, this is a real person talking right now. I can vibe with that a lot better than a robot voice telling me, Marcus Pumpkin, get your Marcus Pumpkin merchandise today from marcuspumpkin.com. I don't know why I use Marcus Pumpkin as an example, but it's just the first thing I thought of when I thought about that annoying TikTok voice. But yeah, I think that's going to be like a big thing is with AI becoming so overused now, people are going to recognize the signs and they're going to see that as a red flag. And I think people are going to end up being less likely to buy if they know AI is being used in the marketing or manufacturing of the product. I think people are eventually. I think it's possible that people wake up a little bit and realize, yeah, maybe this isn't so good. But until then, I mean, we're just gonna have people saying, "Hey, Grok, do this. Make Obama dance in his underwear," and they're gonna be like, "Simpletons," as Queso says. But yeah, so And until people realize like how bad this stuff actually is for the average person, I don't think we're gonna see any change. I think once it gets really bad, I think then we're gonna get the revolution, but it'll already be too late. The robots will have already taken over, unfortunately. So it is what it is. At least I can say I did my part by being as anti-AI as I possibly can. I don't use AI assistants at all in anything. I don't use Microsoft Copilot. I don't use Grok. I don't use Google AI. I don't use anything. If it says AI anywhere, I do not use it. I refuse. When I Google stuff and it pulls up the AI summary, I ignore it and I go straight to like the first trustworthy looking link. And most of the time, you know what's funny? Most of the time it says the same thing as the AI. But I refuse. Just out of principle, I refuse. And I had a friend at the reunion say she follows me on Twitter and sees how much I post anti-AI every single day. and I said, what's your Twitter handle? And she said, you know what? I'm not gonna tell you. I kind of like being anonymous. I'm gonna figure out who you are. I'm gonna figure it out. I still haven't narrowed it down, but I will figure out who you are. If you're watching, I will figure out who you are. Like, I'm gonna find your Twitter handle. You will not be anonymous for long. Okay. Next song. Oh, what's up, Nomad? Or at least I think you're Nomad. It still says Noma. For some reason. Anyways, I gotta get going. See you on Discord tomorrow. You never have time to stay, man. You never have time to stay. It's crazy. Like every time I stream, it's like, yo, what's up? Sorry, I gotta go, bye. I am curious what happened with your account though, because like it doesn't say Nomad anymore. It just says Noma with like a bunch of random letters and numbers. I don't know what's up with that. Did your account get banned and you made a new one? There we go. All right. Bunch of little pouches and stuff all over the place. I'll admit there's not really much of a rhyme or reason to them. She just has a belt of gadgets. And there has to be, like, the belt has to have stuff on it. So it does. And the easiest way to do it is just simple shapes, man. It's just, I don't want to be here forever. Working so much on this when no one's really going to pay attention to this. It's just easier just to do that. Okay. I will put in that effort though. Put a little button and like a little flap where it opens up. I will put in that effort. All right. Oh yeah, the second fist. Me save. Cinema. I think I just heard my brother meow. Don't know what's going on over there. Oh man. Pretty good. All right. Let's see. Do that. Do that. And do that. Yeah, seems about right. Just comparing it to the other hand. And then I'll add an extra little thing there. Oops. Nice. So that looks pretty good. That looks greatly improved. Again, it's basically just the same drawing. It's just everything is slightly better looking. And it makes the whole that much more better. I don't know. Couldn't think of a fancy thing to end that sentence with. The eye, the window to the soul. This is always the most tedious part, is trying to make something like this. Look right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Thumbs. Thumbs are right. Thumbs are right. Okay. With that being said, merge that down. Let's turn off the face layer. Change the music. Take the colors from this one. Peebo Jam. Oh. We do be jamming. Get it? We, as in the console this game came out on. It's a bop, man. It's a bop, as the kids say. Opacity 150. And that's how you do the metal layer. So that's it. Congrats. I still have to do some shading. But after that, I'll be done with this drawing as well. Let me save. We always save. We always save in this house. Some people don't like to save every time, but I do. I do. I think it's beneficial. Okay? It's beneficial to save as much as you can. Just like I'm saving the American people. From China. Go. Is drawing therapeutic to anyone else? It's very very calming, very relieving. Sometimes the state of the world can be a little overwhelming, but it always helps to pick up a pencil and draw. I'm on my Bob Ross right now. Bob Ross would hate AI. He would. I think he would be like, if he was still alive, I think he would be like going to anti-AI protest. Specifically AI art. And I was talking with one of my friends at the reunion. I was like, we were talking about AI, and he said, I'm fine with AI as a tool. Like, if a video editor has an AI tool to remove parts of the video where there's no audio, so this way I can do voiceovers and just cut out all the dead space. Dead space? The necromorph. If I can just have like a tool that does that, awesome. That's great. That's a lot of tedious work that's been saved by this AI tool. I don't want the video to be edited for me by the AI. I want things to cut out the tedious parts. I want tools to help me have more time for the creative stuff instead of the tedious work. Not for it to do the creative work for me. And I think that's why most people have a problem with AI. I have a problem because it takes away jobs. But I think that's like the main reason that people have gripes with AI, if they have gripes at all. Now, some people are just stupid and don't understand how this can be bad for society. And you know what? You live in that blissful ignorance until your job is taken. And then you'll be complaining about AI, and I'm like, oh, first time. As they have me from the gallows about to hang. First time realizing AI is dangerous for the way they're applying it right now. First time. And I'll be laughing. By the way. I'll be laughing as the guillotine comes down from my head. I'll be laughing. And then my head will roll on the ground. I'll be smiling like... And it'll just stay like that. My severed head would just stay like that. And then the guy next in line to me, about to be hung, is like, he was right. I should have realized it. He was right. And then he'll get beheaded, and then his head will roll, and he'll be like that for all eternity until I guess his head rots. What am I doing? What am I saying? But I'll have the last laugh, I guess. Yep, I think we're done. Oh, that's right. I gotta do the mouth. Let me get face 2. Yeah, thank you. Okay, and then yep. Face 1. Now we do face 2. I always draw the eye of the mask big first. So now all I gotta do is just this to kind of simulate her eyes being closed. And then one where she's smiling. She's smirking a little bit. That's much better. Yeah, so face number 3, face number 2, face number 1. And between those 3 different eyebrows, I should be able to get most of anything as far as like most expressions. You know what? Let me actually get a raised eyebrow instead of that. Like something like this. Yeah. All right. And again, there's the metal. The last thing I gotta do, I almost forgot. Last thing I gotta do is the muscles. So. Something else I gotta do. Move on to the next track. Go back. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. The shadows are the wrong color. It's too dark on her orange skin. Orange man. You think I'm orange? You have not seen orange, folks. You have not seen it. This is the real orange, folks. This is the real orange right here. You've never seen orange until you've seen Little Miss Steele. Let me tell you, folks. She's orange because, like, that's just the way I draw, like, Mexican skin tone. It's just, I just do orange. Just because, like, exaggeration, right? I'm always trying to exaggerate stuff. I feel like that's a good way to exaggerate it, is to make the skin tones also exaggerated. Because why not? Like, instead of making white people pink, they're like... Some of them, especially Amy, is just like almost ghostly white. Next song. Let me do this a little bit more. And I think I'm going to do a little white in the hair. A little white streak in the hair. I've been trying to do that on the others, so why stop now? All right, and there we go. That's it. Metal. Oh, you know what? Let me do a line for the back. There we go. That's pretty good. All right. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I have done 2 more character artworks for Volume 6 and onward to use. So, feel pretty good. Pretty productive day. Good stream. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. I'm going to be streaming a lot this week because I'm off work. So, I can just stay home and just do whatever errands I need to do and stream whenever I got the time. So, expect more streams later on this week. Thanks so much for watching.